A black teen dives into floodwaters during riot chaos to save a stranded white cop, defying warnings and prejudice, only to be floored by the cop's unexpected response, which shifts tensions and stuns onlookers. Rain pounds a chaotic St. Louis street on the urban edge, floodwaters rising under a gray sky as protesters clash with police. Shouts echo, glass shatters. Sirens pierce the din. Tear gas clouds swirl, stinging the air. Darius Reed, 15, a black teen in a t-shirt and blue swim shorts, weaves through the crowd, soaked and breathless. His sneakers slap wet pavement. He heads home from a rec center swim. Chaos erupts, a riot swallowing his path. Does he feel the pull? Water surges, gray darkens, sirens wail. Can he break free? Crowd jostles as Darius ducks, tear gas bites. Why does he push on? His shorts drip, swim fades. Does the center seem far now? Protesters yell, batons clash, flood rises. How close is home? His breath rasps, blue streaks, chaos reigns. What hooks him here? Police lights flash, rain blinds, a wail hooks the storm. Does he hear their fear? His weave quickens, crowd thick, a teen's run meeting madness, gray framing a spark about to flare. A police SUV skids into a ditch. Floodwater swallows it fast, waves crashing over the hood. Metal groans under the surge. Officer Claire Bennett, a white cop, struggles inside. Her uniform clings, banging the window as water climbs. Does she see the end? Darius spots her, eyes lock, hesitating. His bag hangs. Why pause now? He drops it. Towel spills, diving in as a firefighter yells, "Do not move, kid!" His voice cracks, kid, sharp. Can it stop him? Darius swims hard, water churns, blue shorts cutting flood. Glass fogs as Claire pounds. Waves roar. How long until it takes? Darius dives, move not. Firefighters yell. Does he hear this cry? His arms stroke. T-shirt clings, flood pulls. Will it give? Tear gas drifts, rain stabs, his swim turns. Can he reach her? The SUV sinks, water cold. Onlookers gasp. He is nuts. Their shouts break, nuts, wild. Whose gasp rises now? His breath bursts, blue fights. A teen's plunge meeting a cop's trap, gray sky swallowing both. Coughing racks Claire as Darius nears, flood swirls, black water towers. Did seconds shift her fate? He kicks, chest burns, t-shirt heavy. Does he grasp this brink? The firefighter waves, do not. Yet Darius dives, nuts, they cry. Why that plunge? Her fists fade, bang, weak, SUV groans. Yet here he swims, saved or sunk. Mud churns, rain thick churns hard. How close is air? His bag floats, towel gone. Does she see his stroke? Crowds cluster, gasps swell. He is. Darius's dive. Claire's glare. Why that yell still? His bag drifts, flood stings, nuts. Echo. Can she feel this save? The ditch's edge glows, gray looms. Do not fades. A cop's fear. Does he shift her world? Her window cracks, water in. A teen's blue meeting a yell. Whose flood shifts now? The street roars, rain dies, pulling the viewer into a chaos where a swim turns to a dive, a riot sparking more than flood. Chlorine wafts through St. Louis's rec center, a concrete pool echoing with splashes on tense streets. Summer hums beyond walls. Darius, 14, swims laps, blue shorts glide, grinning with friends, his strokes steady. A voiceover slips in, firm and calm. Water is my escape. Keeps me cool when the city is hot. Learn to dive in, no matter what. He turns, quiet leader, helping stragglers kick. Does he feel that pull? His grin flashes. Friends splash, escape here. Do they see his strength? Tiles gleam as Darius pulls ahead. Water's my. How long this cool? His arms cut, city hot. Does the pool shield him? Friends lag, dive in. He boosts. Why that vow? The water ripples, no matter, a thread. Can he hold it? His grin lifts, keeps me, learned young, does it root? The center buzzes, splashes fade, a boy's swim weaving a street. Does it stretch? Glass fogs, kids laugh, a quiet garden waves. Sirens hum on St. Louis streets earlier that day. Claire patrols, uniform crisp, barking at black teens. Disperse, now! Her voice snaps, now, sharp. Does it guard her? A flashback flares, dusk cloaks a protest. She glares at Darius near the crowd, muttering, troublemakers. Her eyes narrow, makers them. Why that scorn? The scene snaps. Present-day ditch, SUV sinking, she shouts, help! Her fist bangs, then freezes as Darius nears, you! Her gasp twists, you, shock, does it clash? Teens scatter, disperse, she barked, how thick that line. The flashback burns, near crowd, her glare, trouble swore, what bruise there? Darius grits his teeth, blue shorts drip, yeah, me, his voice. Does it sting? She stares, help cried. Yet flood holds, you hear, why this gap? Water churns, rain fades, two worlds crash. Does she grasp his dive? The protest looms, past tense, a cop's scorn, meeting a teen's plunge. Friends fade as Claire grips, trouble, she hissed, fear twists, why save me? Darius's jaw sets, yeah, me, his grit, does it pierce? The flashback teens march, makers judged. Does that glare see now? Her shout cracks, help me, yet him, how far does it reach? Onlookers whisper, nuts, alive. Trouble met, yet flood yields, what churns in that freeze? The crowd's gone, now barked, a ghost, help not. Can it shift? Waves curl me, yeah, a line. Does she feel its weight? Rain hushes as water steadies. You! Claire's shock. Darius's calm, split streets. Do they merge? The pool's splash replays. Dive in, his grin. How does ya fit? The patrol's wall, trouble them. Her mutter, met now. Yet swim saves. What shifts in that stare? Darius's hands brace. Keeps cool. A voiceover root. Does it touch this cop? The ditch roars. To St. Louis, pulling the viewer into a backstory where a lapse dive meets a glare's snap. A teen's blue daring a cop's cry. Rain hammers the flooded ditch on St. Louis's edge. Riot noise fading as water roars. Gray sky presses low. Darius reaches the police SUV. Blue shorts slice flood. Prying the window wider, metal groaning under his grip. Claire panics inside, uniform soaked, snapping, get back, I do not need you. Her voice cracks, need you, sharp. Does it hide fear? Water surges, he grabs her arm. You are drowning, move! His tone bites, drowning, firm, can it sway? She resists, then relents. Car shifts, does she feel the pull? Waves crash as Darius pulls. Get back, her snap. Why push him off? His hands strain. Move now. A plea. How long until it sinks? Claire twists. Do not yet flood climbs. Will it give? The window bends. Rain stabs. His tug fierce. Can he free her? The SUV lurches. Water cold. Firefighters rush. Does she see his dive? His breath burns. Blue fights. She yields. Whose grip wins here? Mud churns. Gray looms. A teen's yank, meeting a cop's cry. Claire gasps as Darius hauls, drowning you, his grit. Back off fades. How far does it reach? The car tilts. Flood pools. She moves. Does it crack her scorn? Firefighters near, ropes out, need not yet arm locked. Can it hold? His strokes cut. T-shirt clings. They break free. Bank nears. Whose air comes now? The shore looms, rain thick, he swims. Does she feel this save? They land, mud sticks, a plunge turning tide, gray sky swallowing doubt. On shore, Claire coughs, soaked, uniform clings, glaring. I would have gotten out. Her bark rasps. Gotten, swore. Does it shield her? Darius, dripping, snaps back, shore, underwater? His voice cuts, under, sharp. Why this sting? A protester Jila films, phone high. He saved her. Crazy. Her shout rings. Crazy. Wild. Can it shift? Claire storms off, shoving past. Leave me alone. Her stride snaps. Alone. Loud. Does she flee the lens? Cough racks Claire would have her glare. Sure snaps. How deep does it run? Darius shakes. Blue drips. Underwater. A jab. Does it land? Jayla's lens glows. Saved her. Protest. Hum. How loud does it ring? The bank steadies. Leave me. Claire's shove. Who's saved twists now? Firefighters pause. Ropes down. Crazy cheer. Does she hear this stand? His head turns. T-shirt sags. Alone barked. Can scorn bend? Mud clings. Rain soft. A clash rising. Does she feel that dive? Jayla yells. He saved. Film spins. Much ungrateful. Whose buzz bites now? Claire's boots splash. Gotten out. Does. Darius's snap shift her? His mutter lands. Ungrateful much. Low growl. How far does it spread? The shore hushes. Shove past. Yet saved. Can crazy sway her? Firefighters watch. Move. Pulled. A team's nod. Does it hook? The ditch roars. Rain fades, pulling the viewer into a turn where a teen's blue dive dares a cop's glare, a lens catching a shift. Night cloaks the riot's edge in St. Louis, rain easing as Claire sits alone in her squad car. Urban hum faint beyond glass. She watches Jayla's viral clip on her phone. Teen rescues cop. Her scowl twists. Rescues, they cheer. Does it sting? She replays Darius's dive. Blue shorts slicing flood, then softens, eyes glinting. Does he stir her? A memory hits. Her brother lost in a flood years ago, unhelped, water dark. His face fades. She grips the wheel, whispering, he did not have to. Her voice cracks, have to. Does guilt flood back? Sirens fade as Claire stares, teen cop, clip loops. Why this shift now? The dive glows, arms cut, did not. How deep does it cut? Her scowl breaks, rescues her, yet memory creeps, brother gone. Did she see him then? The car hums, phone drones, he did. A whisper, bending steel. Her hands shake, flood past. Does a boy's blue haunt? The city hushes, night thick. A cop's glare cracking. Can it bend? Glass fogs. Clip plays. A spark stirring more. Dawn spills into a community shelter, light warming the cots as voices murmur. Riot's echo softens. Darius hands out blankets. Blue shorts dry, t-shirt damp. A quiet anchor amid chaos. Claire bursts in, uniform wet, storming forward. You, why did you do it? Her bark cuts. Why you? Does it mask a quake? He shrugs. Could not watch you sink. His voice steadies, sink, calm. Why this now? She snaps. I did not want your help. Then stops, breaking. But you gave it anyway. Blankets fold as Claire halts. Want help? Her snap? How far does it reach? Darius's shrug lands. Could not. A truth. Does it pierce? The crowd hushes. You why? Yet breaking shifts. Gave it. What bruise here? She pulls off her badge, offering it. Take this. I do not deserve it. Metal glints. Deserve, she gasps. Can it pay this off? Darius pushes it back, t-shirt firm. Keep it. Just see me next time. His blue holds. See me. Whose gift snaps now? Claire's jaw drops. Silence falls. Does it sink? Cheers erupt. Pushed back. Claire's badge. Why not, they whisper. Darius stands. Watch sink. His stand. How loud does it ring? Her break lingers. You gave. A crack. Does she feel that flood? The crowd buzzes. Take this. Her gift. Yet Darius's no time rings. Can it shift? The shelter glows. Not want. A cot creaks. Whose cop stands here? Claire nods. Did it. Silence twists. Does guilt flare? Dawn spills. Cot still. A clash peaking. Did anyone hear? Applause swells as Claire stares. Anyway, Darius is calm. See next. A mirror. How deep does it cut? The badge lies, offered flat. Her snap fades. Did not. Does her brother echo? The crowd leans. Just see blue truth. Whose debt falls now? Darius's eyes lock. Keep it, a silence crowns. Does she bend? The shelter hums. Blankets down. City drifts. Breaking voice. Can it heal? Morning glows. Cheers. Rise. Pulling the viewer into a climax where a teen's blue turns a cop's scorn to dust. Nods sparking her dawn. Morning spills over the shelter steps in St. Louis, a calm after the storm settling as sun dries the urban edge. City waking slow. Claire stands, uniform damp, telling a chief, "Kid showed me up. Time to rethink." Her voice steadies. "Showed up," she admits. "Does it free her?" The chief nods. Rethink firm. Can she shift? Darius sits nearby. Blue shorts bright, getting a rec center swim scholarship. Paper crinkles. Jayla grins. "You are a legend." Her clap rings. Legend wild? Does it lift? Claire watches from afar. Faint smile breaking. Did he turn her? Steps gleam as Claire steps down. Kid me, her quit. How deep does this root? Darius's t-shirt glows. Scholarship won. Does he feel that dive? The chief fades. Time to did not want. Can she bloom? Jayla's grin holds. You are. A spark. Whose world shifts here? Claire's smile creeps, watches far, gave it. Does she carry it? The shelter hushes. Calm wraps. Blue meets damp. A boy's plunge, turning scorn to light. Jayla claps. Legend you. Darius is calm. Rethink now. A creed. How far does it spread? Claire lingers. Showed up. Does. Gave it pay? The crowd thins. Swim free. Local whom? Whose cheer echoes now? His blue shines. Just see. A center calls. Did he need it? Her smile replays. Faint break. A nod. Can it mend? The steps steady. Sun climbs up me. Does Jayla's grin seal this? Water ripples as Darius swims laps. Rec center pool gleams. Head high. Morning sun cutting St. Louis's edge. News buzzes. Headlines flare. Teens dive shifts riot tensions. The words hum. Shifts. They chant. Does it shine? Claire's seen training rookies. Uniform crisp. Respect in her tone. Did Darius's push turn her? He strokes. Blue shorts glide. High head. Dive one. Why this quiet now? The pool stretches. City alive. Does he feel this glow? Laps churn. News flies. Teens plunge. Whose tensions ease here? The pool looms. Kids splash. Dive shifts. A boy's. Truth. How loud does it ring? Claire's voice lifts. Rookies learn. Does see me pay? Darius's stride steadies. Head up. Past the flood. Can he grasp this win? The sky brightens. Water shines. Quiet strokes. Whose center stands now? His t-shirt dries. Headlines fade. A teen's blue framing a lane. Does it hold? Chlorine wafts as Darius glides. Pool free. News swells. Training seen. Whose shift brews here? The water calms. Shifts change. A pride in strokes. How far does it reach? Claire's nod replays. Rethink now. Does it root in dawn? The center grows. Sunrise spills. Faint smile. A boy's save. Whose cheer lingers? The lane stands. Tall, still. Pulling the viewer into a close where a teen's blue swim turns a cop's scorn to respect. A pool aglow with his silent win. Sun dips low over the rec center pool in St. Louis. Water still as chlorine wafts. City hum softens beyond walls. Darius and his mom Tina sit poolside. Blue shorts, dry t-shirt loose, her scarf bright against the tiles. She hugs him, tight and warm. You are my brave one. Her voice glows. Brave, she crowns. Does it wrap him? Darius nods, head dipping. Just did what felt right. His words settle. Right. Soft. Why this now? The pool gleams. Tiles shine. A mother's pride meeting a son's quiet. Water laps as Tina holds, my one. How deep does this root? Darius's nod steadies. Felt right. A spark. Does he feel that dive? The pool hushes. You are. Her hug. Can he grasp his reach? Lights flicker. Just did. A boy's truth. Whose eyes opened here. Her arm rests, warm, still. What right? A thread, does it bind? The center calms, dusk nears, blue weaves, a sun's plunge turning a mom's glow. Hugs linger as Tina smiles. Brave you, his calm, did what? How much did he give? Darius's gaze lifts, felt it. His nod. Does Claire's badge linger? The tiles cool, my one, her crown, does right land soft? Her scarf sways, a mother's faith, can it hold? The pool glows, city fades, right just a hope. Does she feel its root? Dusk presses, center still, pulling night to a street where Darius walks alone. Dusk cloaks a quiet street, streetlights pooling yellow, urban edge fading as crickets hum low. Darius walks home, sneakers soft, t-shirt catching the last light, blue shorts, dust. He spots Claire ahead. She stands, uniform off, nodding silently, no words needed. Does it say enough? His smile breaks, small, true. That is enough. His voice drifts. Enough, he breathes. How far does it stretch? The nod rests. Street still, a cop's mark. Does it tie right? Steps slow as Darius nears, no words. Her nod, that is, why this now? The street looms, dark, calm, enough smiled. Can it mend? His eyes glint, silent gift. Whose nod left this here? The dusk sways, just felt Tina's hug. Does it bloom? The smile fades. Blue steady, right, did she? A spark caught in dusk's breath. Her stance holds, uniform gone. Whose enough meets now? Lights hum as Darius pauses. Enough swore, a nod. Whose right roots here? Tina's hug replays, brave one, a base. Does it flower here? The street stretches, city cold, that is, a vow. How much did he shift? His eyes soften. Claire passed. Silent nod. Can it heal? The dusk wraps. Smile kept. Felt right, a wish. Does Claire feel it too? The hush holds. Night falls, pulling the viewer into a close where a teen's blue turns a cop's scorn to peace. A smile sealing a street's calm. Morning sun warms a saint. Lewis newsstand, papers rustling as a reporter stands on the urban edge. City hums sharp in the air. She reflects. Darius Reed, 15, did not just pull a cop from water. He bridged a divide with one swim. Her voice steadies. Bridged, she says, a boy's stroke in ink. Headlines stack. Teen saves. Tensions shift, a tale spilling wide. Her eyes glow. Divides swim. One leap, breaking walls. Does it echo? The stand buzzes. Horns sound. Whose story turns now? Her words lift. A bridge to a pool where Darius dives. Dust swirls as papers flap. Pull cop. Darius's name bold. How far does this bridge? The reporter's tone holds. Did not. A truth. Does it reshape St. Louis? Locals grab copies. City hums. Bridged divide. Whose wall falls next? The sun climbs. Newsstand firm. Water swim. A spark in print. Can it spread? Her reflection deepens. 15. A teen's blue. Does it pull more? The street calls. Urban hush. Shifting the scene to water on tiles. Sun spills over the rec center pool. Kids watching as Darius dives in. Blue shorts slice. T-shirt tight. Water parts clean. He surfaces saying, do not see sides, just people. His voice rings, people calm. How loud does it ring? A voiceover rises clear. One leap rewrote the story, proving bravery beats bias every time. The water gleams, kids clap, beats bias, a creed carved in waves. Does it reach? His blue glows, pool alive. Whose sides fade here? Waves ripple, do not. His words, seasides. Why this now? The kids cheer, not just a call. Can it mend? The voiceover binds, one leap, his dive. Does it crack wide? His stroke steadies, just people. How far does it stretch? The pool shines, sun climbs, no not a wall dust. Whose eyes shift? The center hums, blue moves, bravery time. Does it lift? The lane opens, kids loud, a voice weaving dawn. Can it heal? Darius surfaces, water gleaming, saying clear, "We are all worth saving." His voice carries, "Worth all, firm. Whose start turns now?" The kids splash, saving, he points. Does it land? His t-shirt drips, blue shines, we all avow. How deep does it root? The pool stretches, sun flares, all worth. A save beyond. Whose bias fades next? The screen fades, ripples spread, his words the last echo. Does it pull the world? Chlorine wafts? All we, Darius's rise, bias not. Whose bravery sees now? The newsstand replays, bridged wall, a swim. Does it bloom here? The water gleams, this worth, his voice. How far does it dive? Kids laugh, blue moves, story flipped. Where does his leap lead? The fade holds, pool long, beats proving, lifting all who hear. St. Louis glows, framing a teen whose dive broke bias, pulling the viewer into a dawn where his blue chases truth, ripples crowning his stand.